Brooks from High Rise Firefighting. We're going to continue today talking about our standpipe kit, and we're talking about the 22-foot webbing that we keep in our kit. It's called the door control strap. We keep it on the outside of the bag because it's one of the first things that we use without opening up the bag. So it's kind of effective there. It's one clean movement without having to open up the bag. We have the webbing tied in a loop. So it's really 11 feet long versus 22 feet long. We tie it in a water knot, and we have that water knot just hanging out of the bag so you can grab it with a gloved firefighter's hand. You choose how you want to load it. We have it loaded as a rope bag, so it comes out nice for us. Some firefighters like the daisy chain. You pick what works for you, but we do load it this way. So the gloved firefighter's hand, you can simply pull this out of the bag. And we're going to look for the doorknob on the door. Anywhere we grab this webbing with a gloved firefighter's hand, we can do our girth hitch. There you go. Put it on the doorknob. We have door control. On the other end of this door control strap is our aluminum forcible entry wedge. So if we go to use this wedge and conditions are bad, we lose it, it's okay. It's attached to this webbing. We can easily find it, continue to use it, or give up on it, use your Halligan, whatever you think. The reason why I do keep that wedge on there though is because if one end's attached to the doorknob and we go to make our entry, we no longer need door control, we'll put this wedge in on the hinge side and it'll keep that door propped open for us as we advance a hose line through it. If conditions get bad, our window fails, we have a flow path or wind impacted fire, and we have to exit in a hurry, you might struggle trying to find this, but that's okay because we have one end of the strap on the doorknob, the other on the hinge side. We can grab this webbing, and when we pull it, we're going to pull this out, and we're also going to pull that door closed at the same time. For high-rise firefighting, it's that smoke migration that causes the majority of the problems. That's why we do this. I also like the weighted wedge on it because I can tie knots and I have something to actually guide me through so I don't get confused, especially if visibility is poor. With webbing, there's 101 different ways to use it, but as far as high-rise firefighting goes, the girth hitch is one of the most common things that we do. So we're going to do an improvised standpipe. Again, if we can do a girth hitch around the couplings, it works. There we have it. It's important when you do a girth hitch, we always like to put it on the couplings, just like that. If you hoist or if you have an uncharged hose line and you have your girth hitch on here, as the water gets in it and it becomes weighted, it's going to strangulate this hose and you're going to be in trouble. That's why we always like to have it on the coupling itself. If we lose pressure in the hose line, it could tighten up on itself as well. So we like to keep it here on the couplings. When we're doing an improvised standpipe, and we have an episode on that as well, we'll actually pull this in the window or pull it up into the stairwell. We'll tie our knot. We'll tie this other end, a clove hitch, and we'll actually throw this back out the window, or we'll throw this back down the stairwell. That'll give us a nice loop, so a little bit of less friction loss. It'll prevent the hose. If we have it on the inside, we're going to have a nice kink in this hose. So we throw it out, allow the hose to loop, and that helps us with our friction loss. So lots of different uses for the webbing, but we're just going to talk about the high-rise firefighting stuff here. There's also this anchor plate. It can go in between the couplings. We don't use it. We're just kind of trying it, keeping an open mind. But yeah, this can go between the couplings, and that gives you some good positive control when it comes to improvised standpipe. But that's it for, no, it's not it actually. We're going to talk about making entry into the fire department. We do a 3-step process, and that's an episode for another day. But when we use a door control strap, that door control firefighter has to be on the hinge side. The reason why that door control firefighter has to be on the hinge side is because your nozzle firefighter is going straight in, and if you're on the lock side, that nozzle firefighter is going to be crossing this strap. So the door control firefighter will be on the hinge side and allow the nozzle firefighter freedom to work. If those windows fail, it becomes wind impacted or there's a flow path, the nozzle firefighter can exit and the control firefighter can close that door and we're good to go. When they get in 5 feet, again, this aluminum wedge will go on the hinge side and both crews will move and try and advance that hose line. Things go bad, they exit, pull the strap, that pulls out the wedge, the other end closes the door. Continuing talking about how the 22-foot webbing can be used for high-rise, stairwell operations is another biggie. We can use this door control strap if we're into stairwell operations, and we can tie a couple girth hitch around a couple SCBA cylinders, and we can hang that from our pack. If you are wearing it on your pack, try to get those bottles as high up as possible, above the waistline preferably, and that'll help you when you're going up the stairs and making those turns. The bottles are going to slide less, and the more weight above your waist, the better. So stairwell operations, you're going to find yourself using this door control strap. That's it for the 22-foot long webbing tied in a continuous loop for door control. I'm Brent Brooks. Thank you for listening, and be safe.